What's up guys, my name is Cherno. Welcome back to another Cherno live stream. How are we all doing? Sorry about cancelling yesterday's stream. I was kind of sick over the weekend and still weak yesterday. And considering the kind of work we're doing right now, I wanted to be a little bit better. So that's why we're streaming today instead of yesterday. And tomorrow I'm planning to stream in the morning as usual as well. That's on the Twitch schedule. And we've got a candle this time. It is lit. It's kind of dying. This is my Christmas candle that has been, I was gonna say stinking up the room, even though it hasn't been lit since Christmas, but I thought I'd finally light it because someone was asking about it last stream. All right. What are you guys talking about? 1440p streaming being only available in selected countries. That's unfortunate for some of you. I'm just going to tweet this out quickly. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. The thing with the 1440p streaming as well is that, apart from the fact that it's unfortunate for those of you who can't watch it at that stream, is that it does kind of like export it at that level to YouTube. And since I just export directly from Twitch to YouTube to my Cherno Unplugged channel, which for those of you following that, you'll see like a bunch of episodes, a bunch of streams going up like probably every day starting from tonight. I just haven't been publishing them, but I have been exporting them because I need to like trim them first and add a thumbnail and stuff like that. So they end up being the better quality. So it kind of makes sense to keep streaming at because if I go back down to 1080p, it's quite a reduction. Whereas they get exported at 1440p to YouTube, which is important, especially for like text readability. If I was like playing games or whatever, then it doesn't matter. Okay. But it's weird because I have been streaming on Twitch, well, for a very long time, but I've been streaming it on 1440p on Twitch, I reckon at least 5 years ago. Like, I don't even remember last time I would have streamed at 1080p. So I'm very surprised that they're still rolling it out. It still sounds like a bit of a slow roll. Okay, so let me talk about what we're going to be doing today, because I did a little bit of work. Like, I'm emphasis on little so that you guys don't feel like you're missing out on much, but I did a little bit of work off stream. And basically, it's not nothing meaningful at all. But, you know, if we look at where we're at right now, we're at the point where we can render physically everything to do with ImGui, including viewports. Meaning like we can drag off windows, dynamically create additional windows, you know, with their own swap chains, everything going through both NVRHI and Hazel's API. So all of that is now, like, we're not using any of the ImGui Vulkan rendering code. We're only using either NVRHI and like, well, I guess we're using Hazel, which is using NVRHI to do the actual rendering. So that's great because that means that, I mean, obviously like the swap chain creation is not going to support DirectX 12 and 11 out of the box because they require their own implementations of that. But it basically is to that point. Like, it's not using one of the included backends from ImGui that is API dependent. So that's really good. And obviously we've got it working. I can't really show it to you because again, I started messing around with this stuff outside of the stream and it doesn't compile right now. But actually, what if let me just try something and we'll see if this works. You know how Visual Studio has that, like, there were build errors. Would you like to continue and run the last successful build? And you never actually press the button. Well, unless your boss comes and he's like, what have you been working on? Well, I'm going to press the button and see what happens. Okay, well, that worked. So let me show you. Yeah, so basically this is where we're at. That's actually really useful. For once, I use that feature. And I guess you guys are my metaphorical boss. Why was that pink for a second? That might have been due to other things. So we have this really weird issue, which I can't really crack. I started looking at ImGui, and this kind of is, I think, a consequence of like the larger problem that we're gonna start addressing today. But we have this weird thing where basically whatever the second panel / viewport is, which in this case is the content browser, right? But if I hide the content browser, it becomes the scene hierarchy panel. So a bit strange, right? And then if I get back the content browser, you can see it's now the content browser. But basically, and I don't know where that scene hierarchy panel is gone. Oh, here it is. Let me dock that back into place. So whatever that second panel is, it's kind of like, you can still interact with it. You can resize it. You can see it's its own viewport, because obviously this is the main window and this is obviously extending way past that. So it's its own window and everything, but it's like, it moves with the main window and you can't move it anywhere. Like I can resize it, but I can't actually drag it anywhere. It's like fixed, and it looks like it's tied to the main window. It's actually tied to like this viewport panel. So you can see I can move that around. So it's really weird. And I tried debugging this, and there's two places in ImGui that end up trying to set the window's position, and one of them overrides the other at the beginning of the next frame. And I'm not really sure, I didn't go past why that is. I just know that's why it's being told. Like, when we actually click and move it, it's receiving those mouse events, it's receiving the window position like change requests and everything that's going through the system, and seemingly applying the new position, which is like the delta of the mouse move, but that's being overridden the next frame by something else, which is a little bit dodgy, right? Oh no, right, okay. So it's only when we stop dragging, which is weird. I was gonna say it fixed itself, but it didn't. Anyway, so that's a really weird problem. But aside from that, you can see that, like, you know, obviously this is rendering correctly now. Everything seems to work fine. I can take like a panel. So if I have like this scene renderer panel, which I think is, I don't know where these panels are. Like, where's the scene renderer panel? Apparently it's somewhere. That's very strange. It's hiding. Okay, let's pick another panel, like the asset manager panel, right? So this is an example of a panel. You can see I can like drag that out. It's its own window. So we've got viewports, everything's working. I can dock it back in, which destroys that other window, right? So all of that works, which is great. This is like a big milestone, because obviously it's not just, you know, all of the UI rendering now flowing through NVRHI. It's also, you know, the whole windowing system and being able to create, you know, we've still got like one device manager, but we've got the ability to create now multiple swap chains and multiple windows. The window creation code and management code is not actually going through our window system. I just thought that would be a little bit too bulky, too clunky, but the swap chain is. So all of these windows, which we have 3 at the moment, this weird content browser panel and this asset manager window, these 3 windows all have their own instance of this, like, you know, Vulkan swap chain class, right, that we have. So this has 3 instances, and then inside of, you know, if we look at ImGui layer, for example, we have, you know, all the relevant functions over here. I think I broke this. We're running the last successful build, but you know, create window, destroy window, set window size, I think is doing the swap chain on resize. You can see SC swap chain, swap buffers is doing the swap chain present. You can see, and render window is doing the render to swap chain through our ImGui renderer, which, you know, if we look at render to swap chain and what that's doing, you can see that's using, you know, NVRHI and everything to actually do all of the rendering to, you know, the render target that we specify. So that all of that's happening and all that's working, which is really great. You know, with the again, with the exception of it is still using, where does this actually happen? Create window. So how does that work? Yeah, so platform create VK surface is still being used, which is not part of the, it's part of the ImGui GLFW backend. So if we look at ImGui build, which is just a Unity build of all the backends that we need, we have this is actually probably the wrong one, because there's only one. Yeah, I unloaded the other project. So it's not using this Vulkan with textures, which is a Hazel modified version of the ImGui Vulkan backend. This isn't being used at all, because that's all going through NVRHI. It's just the GLFW that we are still using, which I'm fine to use, because this will work, and if it doesn't, we'll make it with DirectX 12 and 11 as well, and that's important. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like, we're in a pretty good place right now, but unfortunately all of that's going to change, because what we need to do now, and like, it got me thinking, like, with this whole weird side effect that we seem to have, you know, kind of uncovered, I guess, where this window is like something's gone wrong inside ImGui. It got me thinking, like, why am I even spending the time kind of debugging this and trying to fix it and make it work when we're actually using a version of ImGui that's over 2 years old? Like, I don't remember exactly. Yeah. So this is the submodule, I think, of ImGui that we're using. It's like 6th of February 2023, right? So it's over 2 years old. And that's just because I haven't updated it. And we have our own fork of ImGui because we had numerous issues that we had to fix. Partially that was because of when Hazel first started using ImGui with Vulkan, it was ImGui didn't support Vulkan very well. So I think the year was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And in 2020, like, for example, like the biggest feature that was missing, I remember, is you could not render textures using Vulkan with ImGui. Like, and by could not, I just mean that ImGui didn't provide you with a backend that was capable of that. Doesn't mean you can't. ImGui doesn't actually provide any rendering means anyway. Like, as in, that's not the core ImGui. It just happens to provide examples that show you how you might want to implement a backend. So I'm not blaming ImGui in any way for this. I'm just saying that, like, in their repository at that point in time, they didn't have like a backend for Vulkan that was like feature complete and ready to go. And so we decided, like, as the Hazel team, instead of completely writing our own from scratch, which most serious people end up doing, we were like, no, let's try and save some resources here. Let's take what they have, basically fork it, and then we'll add features as necessary. Not to mention the fact that because Hazel uses premake instead of CMake, like, we had to introduce like this premake file anyway to get ImGui to work with the build system. So in that case, it was like, you know, we'll have our own fork of ImGui. And that was fine. Like, you know, I think that's a fine decision. The only real downside is maintenance, obviously, because it means that someone has to go through and keep that up to date. And then obviously the divergence of that branch from mainline ImGui is also going to differ, usually, especially the more stuff you change, right? And that's going to also incur some tech debt. We also have some other additional things with ImGui that are different. I remember I fixed some bugs where certain ImGui states in the actual core ImGui that was platform independent, or I should say render backend independent, that didn't persist between frames because Vulkan introduces this concept of like having multiple frames in flight, which APIs like OpenGL don't really have. And so because of that, ImGui, I think internally hadn't potentially accounted for that. And I had to basically modify it a little bit here and there to make it work. So I'm pretty, like, I expect that now they fixed all of that stuff. I just expect, because obviously it's been 5 years and Vulkan is now way more popular than it was in 2020. Well, you know, it's becoming more and more popular, I guess, as time goes on, just because people are slowly, you know, making that the standard that they use instead of OpenGL, which was kind of, OpenGL was more or less a reasonable choice even in 2020, where Vulkan was well released, due to its simplicity. But I think now it's, you know, you expect OpenGL usage to go down while Vulkan usage goes up with time, right? So that's why I'm expecting that in the two and a half almost years since I last updated the ImGui fork, I imagine that they've probably fixed most of the issues that I fixed myself that were, you know, I mean, there are some Hazel, I think, specific things that we might have to port over anyway, because they're not necessarily a problem with ImGui, it's just a customization that we've decided to make to it. And then there's also, I know that we also use this like Spring layout, which isn't official ImGui, but it's basically like a pull request I think someone made that just basically gives, like, it provides you with a kind of, I think it's like a horizontal stack layout or something. Spring, ImGui Spring is an example of something that you can use there as well. There might be some custom tree node functions as well that we need. So there is some customization to ImGui that's necessary. So we still want like our own kind of version of ImGui. I don't think we're at a state where we can just take you know, the OG kind of original ImGui submodule and use that directly as a submodule. Did I say submodule twice? I meant take the original ImGui repository and use that as a submodule. I don't think we can do that. If it was just like pre-make, we could have the pre-make externally, and obviously that would work. But because we actually have code modifications / additions, sorry, microphone. We still need our own fork. Now, that brings me to part 2. The fork that we have. So let me show you that. So the fork that we have here is, as I mentioned, obviously, you know, old, but also it's like, it's at a spot where I'm pretty sure this is also it. And then I think I tried adding, you know, I tried adding the OG repository remote here so that I could maybe merge from docking. And the problem is there's so many changes here that I almost kind of want to start fresh. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to, basically my plan is I'm going to fork ImGui again. I'll keep the old repository just in case people are using it. I don't think the OG Hazel is using it. And also I think other people have forked it as well for whatever reason. I don't know if that's real or not. Like if they need to, they probably shouldn't be at this point. I think they may have forked it during the Game Engine series if they were following along with it. But anyway, I'll keep the /cherno /ImGui up. And I'm gonna, because I've been wanting to move, like, because Hazel's on studio-cherno /ImGui, right? Studio-cherno is an organization on GitHub. So I want to move stuff to that organization rather than have it under like my personal account. So my personal account's more for like my personal stuff or like YouTube channel like experiments, whereas studio-cherno is more like the formal kind of Hazel stuff. So all the submodules that we have should probably be in like under that GitHub organization rather than my personal account anyway. So I want to move, I wanted to move that anyway. So I thought, why not just fork it fresh, and then we'll basically change it and we'll get Hazel, the official like Hazel, studio-cherno /Hazel, to point to studio-cherno /ImGui as a submodule instead of the old submodule, right? Which is the /cherno /ImGui. So that's the plan for today, everyone. I hope you find that exciting. I actually do, because I think going to latest ImGui, I have no idea what new features they actually have introduced in the last 2.5 years. I haven't been following along with it, and I don't think there's been too much stuff in ImGui. Obviously, we've added our own stuff, which, you know, is always going to be a thing, and Hazel looks like a particular way, but I don't think I've been at a point where I'm like, oh yeah, ImGui is holding us back. Like, I wish we had these features in it. Just because I guess we just add them if we need them, so it's not really like a huge deal, and we haven't had to spend significant engineering effort in actually adding, I think, anything too substantial, which is great. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, what I've got over here, actually, let me quickly sort some stuff out. I'm not even like signed in. Do that off camera, so to speak. Okay, so we're gonna grab the docking branch, right? So this is where we're at, right? So we're on the docking branch of the ImGui repository. And then I'm gonna fork it. I'm just gonna press the fork button, and then we're gonna put it under studio-cherno ImGui, which doesn't exist yet. I might just change it to that. I guess it doesn't. I guess we're not gonna. It's not going to let us specifically fork docking, but it doesn't matter because I guess we'll switch to that. So let's create that. And then in the meantime, I think what I'll do is, if I go here, I'll clone it into here. So we're gonna grab this. Probably don't need to do a recursive clone, but I do it anyway. Let's call it studio-cherno.imgui. Just because I've got the cherno.imgui here as well. Maybe I missed it, but why the docking branch, not the master branch? Well, because they haven't merged any of the good features into master yet. So master ImGui, I don't think has docking, meaning like, is it still running? Yeah, it is. Why is it not device removed? Oh, kind of lost the device. Let's try again. But now it's going to try and recompile all the broken code. Should have just pressed Control F. I don't know. Whatever. Is it still cloning? Okay, it's done. Yeah, basically, viewports, meaning, like, viewports is, the ability to drag off windows, dynamically create, like, new windows. So that plus, what is it? That plus... the actual dock space, being able to like dock stuff in, that stuff is not available in the master branch. Actually, I'm not sure if the dock space is, but viewports definitely aren't. And obviously being able to create, you know, drag off panels into their own windows is like very important. Yeah, that's why we're on the docking branch basically. So if we come over here, so this is our fork now. Now obviously I need to make sure I'm on the docking branch. So let's, yeah, that I changed that. So let's add this, and then let's check out docking. Yep, so we're on docking now, which is great. So this, we should just build basically, I guess. Inside examples, there's the examples. There's just a ImGui comes with a solution, which is nice, even though we have to upgrade it. But I'm not going to commit that stuff, and we'll try like GIT Vulkan probably. That's the one we really care about. And there we go. So you can see I can like take these and drag them out, right? So that's not available in the ImGui main branch, in the master branch. So that's obviously a huge feature. Oh, my computer just froze. I feel like it's been doing that recently. Is it still frozen? Yep. My computer's frozen. You serious? Might have to restart it. Yeah, very stable this docking branch. I'm actually gonna have to restart my computer. Not impressed. All right, gonna have to restart the computer. What a great start to this stream. Computer's restarting. Could it be Hazel actually eating the 150 gig? Yeah, I don't know. Like, so, yeah, there might be like, I'm in the middle of something, so I'm sure there are memory leaks and whatever, because I've been pretty slack with memory consumption, but, Hazel's not actually running at the moment. And also, the Visual Studio, I don't trust, like the Visual Studio memory thing is just hot garbage. Like I never trust that. I don't know why, it's always like wrong. You gotta, like if you look at Task Manager, you can actually see, I expect that should be more accurate. You can actually see like what your resource usage is, but the Visual Studio Diagnostics panel is often very wrong for some reason. I don't know how it counts memory, but it's not consistent with Task Manager. Okay, I'm just logging back in. All right, we're back. We've logged in, kind of. And I guess we'll try run the thing one more time. Hopefully it wasn't the ImGui example that caused that freeze. Do you do code reviews on stream? No, I've never done one. I probably won't, because I gotta like fire up the VM PC kind of thing. But I mean, I could do that, but I don't know. If there's enough interest, I might do live code reviews. But I usually just record them as videos. Okay, cool. So yeah, so you can see this like dragging out this. There's a bit of a flicker, which is odd, because that doesn't happen, for example, in Hazel. I don't know why there's a flicker. That's weird. It's not very good. We are in a debug build, but let's try a release build. Maybe debug's just especially slow. No, there's still a blink. Whatever, we can probably fix that if we need to. But see, this is what I mean. Like, there's just some stuff that's like kind of like, eh. Oh, my computer froze again. My computer froze again. What is wrong with this version of ImGui? Are you serious? Maybe I need to update my GPU drivers. What is it doing, man? I'm serious, my computer froze again. What you guys are seeing right now on stream is the frame that I'm seeing. It's like... Ugh. It's funny, it couldn't be simple, could it? It couldn't be like as simple as... Like, I spent all this stream being like, it's gonna be great, guys. We're gonna switch to like latest ImGui. We're gonna fix so many problems. And then it's like, we can't even run the included example smoothly. Now I'm gonna have to rethink everything. Are there any logs? I don't know. Where would I find logs? Like system logs or something. It's a bit strange. Does the non-Vulkan version run? Yeah, we'll try that. All right. Restarting the computer. Yeah, I can look at event viewer, I guess. See what happens. I'm sure it's probably drivers or whatever. Man, this takes me back to like EA when we were using pre-release Vulkan in like 2015 or 2015, I think. And then yeah, this would happen because I haven't had a hard crash reboot since those days. Cherno, why do you still prefer Visual Studio over the IDEs or text editors? Why would I not? What's wrong with Visual Studio? The only downside maybe is it's a bit heavy, but like, I don't know, my computer's fine with it. Visual Assist speeds it up a lot. But like, I don't know why I would never use a text editor as my main kind of text editor, I guess. Like, it's fine for simple things, but not for like a game engine. You know, why? Okay, yeah, so I've rebooted my computer again. And let's check out, so okay, so what we're doing, okay, we're gonna check out a non-Vulkan, but either way, maybe I should just update my drivers. I don't really know what I'm on. Guess we can open up GeForce Experience. I'm on a studio driver. Maybe I should go to a game ready driver. I mean, the studio drivers, I didn't even know I was on a studio driver. Studio drivers should be pretty stable though, shouldn't they? But they're definitely not. I'll switch to a game ready driver in a minute. Let's try DirectX 12. So what did I do exactly? I just, How is Sea Lion? I've never tried it. It's pretty good. It's not bad. I just like Visual Studio more, but okay. Well, this doesn't flash. I didn't expect it to. Oh, yes, it does sometimes. Yeah, it does as well. This is Hazel never flashes. What's going on? Okay, so we do this for a while, and then what? We expect it to. It does flash every time now. What is wrong with that? Like, why does it do that? Are these just incorrect implementations or something? I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's very annoying to someone who likes the details to work well. Okay, so I guess it's not crashing my computer. So now the only sane thing to do is probably to try Vulkan again, right? Okay, let's try Vulkan again. And then I guess if this crashes my computer, then, I mean, it happened twice though, so like, and also it takes a while apparently. So I don't really know if we're gonna, oh, I tried to resize it and yeah, it's frozen again. Damn. The flash is probably creation of a window when dragged outside of the main window, except it's the opposite because the flash happens when you drag the window back in and it just destroys the window. So it's not, the creation of the window is actually smooth. Anyway, it's frozen again. So yeah, so resizing did it. So, and last time it froze, I wasn't resizing, but I was hovering over the resize, like the right edge. So I guess let's try. All of your guys' suggestions are terrible. Like, what do you mean? Maybe just make everything its own window permanently, or make it non-resizable to fix the bugs. None of these are solutions. They're like accepting defeat, basically. Anyway, everything obviously works at the moment in Hazel, so now I'm having second thoughts about updating. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna update our Nvidia drivers. And then we're gonna try again. Because I don't really care if the DirectX 12 version works. I just, I want the Vulkan version to work. So either, no, well, no matter what ImGui has done, this shouldn't happen, which is why it's got to be a driver situation. So let's go to a game ready driver. I mean, either way, I'm out of date, right? So 576.52 is the latest. This is 566. Yeah, so it seems a decent age. But let's get the game ready driver. And then we'll, yeah, this stream is not going like I hoped at all, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know why the GeForce Experience app isn't coming up. I don't really care at the moment. Usually I do use the app. Yeah, this is very annoying. No, I'm sure this is like great content for you guys, but I'm more annoyed at the fact that I'm not making progress with this new renderer at the moment because I'm busy trying to fix this. I have heard, I don't know how true this is, but I have heard rumors. Well, I have heard people saying that apparently Nvidia drivers have gotten less stable and AMD drivers have gotten more stable because it used to be the other way around. Nvidia was like much more stable usually, and AMD always had issues. So I don't know if you guys can you know, give any truth to that. I haven't heard anything officially, but yeah. It's cool to see how you debug this stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, this is new. This is, again, this has not happened to me since before Vulkan was released, because those were dodgy drivers. So this is very strange. Just give me the graphics driver. I don't need extra stuff. All right, you guys are probably gonna see some flashes. Might even select the wrong display. Because we're installing drivers live. Yeah, several latest Nvidia versions are somewhat unstable, but AMD drivers are still bad. Okay. I heard Nvidia on Linux is doing the opposite, meaning getting more stable. So the buggy crap started this year. Is that what we're saying? Because I don't know, I'm out of the loop on this stuff at the moment. Do they like hire some interns? Like what happened? This is peak C++ experience. This has nothing to do with C++. This is just like rendering application development experience. Probably every application renders something, right? So it's like every application development experience could affect everything. Started with the 50 series launch. Ah, okay. Why do I always spill water? Onto my like super absorbent like pad. All right, so let's see, guys. What do we think? Does this fix it? I mean, it's a significantly newer driver, and it's the game ready version, not the Okay, well the flash doesn't happen. So this is already better. Look at that. There's no flash. Not a single time. It used to happen every single time. This is the Vulkan one? Yeah. GLFW Vulkan. So that seems good. So what? And they're in the resizing. Oh. Oh, look. And I even get them. Even the mouse cursor changes now. What the heck? How is that dependent on the display driver? Look. Is it just me? I might have to go back and look. It doesn't happen here. Maybe that's the problem. Was this always here? This, you know, the little bat mouse cursor? Well, anyway, this looks flawless. So maybe it was, imagine if this fixes the, look at that. Okay, well, I think that's, I mean, you know, this isn't, this is not my idea of thorough testing, by the way, but this does seem to have fixed it. Mostly because of the fact that it doesn't flash anymore as well. You guys saw the flash on stream, right? Look at that. Smooth as butter. All right, sweet. Okay, so let's check Hazel. Imagine if it fixes the Hazel issue. I mean, that should be not rendering side whatsoever, so. Oh, I can't run the, I'm gonna have to run some other version. Oh, we can also peek at Task Manager and see what the memory usage is, by the way. Since people were interested in that. Okay, let's run the last build. Alrighty. Okay, so there's our content browser panel still misbehaving. This obviously works as expected. Task Manager, yeah, it does seem like it's leaking quite a bit. If we look at the memory stats, is that just in statistics, memory? we can see our total allocated, total freed, but our current usage is growing a little bit. It's growing a lot more here. Not everything is tracked, so I wouldn't trust this as much as obviously Task Manager. 6 gig. All right, so yeah, we are leaking. What's weird is it's not showing us what is leaking, even though that current usage is going up a lot. This is a sorted list of what is allocated the most memory. So it's not here, so that's not good. That's very strange that it's not here, because if it's here, it's usually here, either named, or if it's not named, it's the file name. So that's weird. But either way, yes, we're definitely leaking memory. But that's okay. We'll, I don't really care about that at the moment. We'll address that later. We're right in the middle of development. So much so that I can't even run the current version of the source code. I can't even build the current version of the source code. Okay, so, yes, wonderful that Nvidia have fixed their drivers. Now, let's, and I'm happy that the window doesn't flash, just because, like, to me, like, the flashing, like, to you guys, the flashing might not seem like a big deal, but to me it is, because it's indicative of a deeper issue, right? And that was validated by the fact that the computer froze 3 times. So that's more so, you know, what I'm concerned about, rather than obviously the actual manifestation of the issue of the actual flashing itself, because that's not, you know, a deal breaker. So since we're on the latest branch here now, 3rd of June 2025, so that's like literally today, the docking branch, and we're on our fork. So the next step is probably going to be to make this build like with Hazel. So to do that, we need to basically grab the pre-make that we have. So the ImGui submodule, which we used to have, which if I just go to Hazel submodules, I'm gonna go back to this one. So we had a pre-make 5.lua file. I'm gonna copy and paste that in here. I'm gonna take a look at it. I don't think anything here really needs to change unless they've added another file. I mean, if we have a look at the files here, I think I don't want, I guess I didn't want to include, or I don't know, like I've listed them out manually here for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 of them. And here we have 11. What are we missing? Wait, I counted that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's funny. I guess we can switch to C++ 20. Then why, let's maybe do that up here, since we're making changes anyway. That way we don't need, this stuff on, yeah, dist, and we have the 3 configurations as well. We don't have a debug AS, which is address sanitizer. That's the special one we have for some reason. We probably should, but we didn't really end up needing it, so it's probably okay. And then I'm guessing this stuff is all good as well, and we just called it ImGui. So let's just say that that's good and move on. I mean, yeah, we can. So this is all we need. So you can see this is all we actually compile. We could actually, so we have this file called ImGui build, and the purpose of that file is to basically select the backends that we want to compile with. We obviously could just include them inside, inside here. Obviously we'd have to filter them by platform. So maybe for Windows, we would include DirectX 11 and 12 and Vulkan, whereas for Linux, we would just include Vulkan. But we could do that. Oh, sorry, Vulkan's not included here at all. Actually, none of these are. I just realized, lol, what am I saying? GLW, though, is something that we do need to compile. So that would eradicate the need for this file. So I am tempted to kind of do that. I'm just thinking like, why would we not have that? I don't know. Let's add that just because that way we can get rid of that. Because that Unity build file kind of made sense in a way if maybe we were combining all these, but because we're not anymore, I don't really, it's just like, yeah, I think we might as well just have it. So it's just this file. So we want to basically include that and then the header file for it. Like that. And that should be correct. Because the GLW one we definitely want, and that's all we need. That's it. Because that will be used for all platforms, and well, all platforms at the moment, and DirectX 11, 12, and Vulkan. You might need some tweaks or additions, but we're inside our fork, so we can do that. So I'm just verifying if I can find it. I'm going to verify, where is it? Here it is. That's correct, and it looks correct. Okay, so that's it. I'm probably just going to commit that. I guess we'll call it script. And that's on the docking branch. Should we make a branch called, maybe we should make a branch called Hazel, which is, yeah, let's do that. Let's make a branch called Hazel. Let's do this. That way we're on our own branch and we're not like modifying their branch. I think that's probably better. So let's do commit and push. Okay, so this is this should just be public on studio-cherno / ImGui. So you guys can have a look at this, and there's a branch called Hazel over here, which maybe I can make that the main branch. Maybe I should make that the main branch. Oh, let's rename. Okay, just because that's what we want to see. Okay, cool. Okay, so you see now the real thing starts, right? Which is I now need to change the submodule. So the submodule. Now this is a little bit tough. Wonder if the best way would be to delete it and re-add it. Probably, right? Delete Hazel vendor ImGui. Let's try. I hope this works through fork. If I just get rid of that submodule and then I add it. Can I add a submodule? Add new submodule. I don't know. I've never done this through fork before. I've always done this that should be the right branch, but either way we can switch to it. Relative local path. So that will be, I'm guessing that means from here, right? So that should be Hazel vendor. Yeah, Hazel. Ah, that's good. It shows you the Hazel vendor ImGui. It won't need to do that though, I think. That's probably the best way to do it, I'm guessing. Ugh, no, it's got the old one. Oh, maybe it just hasn't refreshed yet. Did that do anything? Like... I don't remember. Oh, I spelled submodule wrong. Maybe it's updated it or something. Okay, let's just go to Hazel vendor ImGui and let's do like a status. That's not promising. Yeah, we are wrong. Did that not work? Did that do anything? that did not seem to work at all. I might have to do this through the UI. Okay, well that is empty. But it's got the GIT thing is still there. I'm gonna have to Google this. I guess doing it through fork was probably not the best idea. Okay, git rm path to submodule seems to be the go-to. So let's try git rm. Thanks for pasting twice. None of my keyboards work. I switched to a different keyboard, but it doesn't work. So what is it? Hazel vendor ImGui F. Failed. Maybe I'm using it. No, well, this is here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now I guess I should be able to do git submodule add. What's the syntax for this again? Yeah, add, I can do -b. So -b Hazel, that should be the default branch anyway. Then repository, then path. So there's the repository, and then the path is Hazel vendor ImGui. How? Didn't it? Maybe I have to like commit that or something. Let's look at the git modules file, which is not the only place, unfortunately, that it stores this stuff. Well, it did remove it from here. It's probably cached inside the .git directory still. Or is it still, did it not delete the actual directory itself? Oh, it did. Well, that's great. Okay, I guess I'll try force, but if that, what? Do I have to do that earlier? Use the force option. What? What? This is such a struggle. Reactivating. Origin Hazel is not a commit. It is. Well, no, you're right. It's not a commit. Wait, no, it should be a commit. Because I committed the premake to it. So let's have a look. Added premake script on the Hazel branch 6 minutes ago. What do you mean this is not a commit? It's right here, bro. Software development, man. Oh boy. Maybe I should just start a new engine. This can't be fixed. Just burn it down to the ground. Okay, let's just have a look at fork. What does it saying my status is? Yes, we removed this. Because obviously, like, I could have come in here and maybe played with the remote URL and done that, but I thought removing it and re-adding it would be cleaner, but apparently it's dirtier. And see, this is gone, but see, I don't know if I should commit that first, you know? I mean, I don't really care. Removed ImGui submodule. Changing remote. So if I commit this, maybe that will tell it something. And then let's try this again without force now that's committed and see if that works. Okay. Yeah, that was my suspicion. So are we good now? Do we have ImGui? Yes, we do. And I'm guessing... So now if I do git submodule, I think it's update -- init. No, maybe it's not quite that. If I look in the scripts, it'll probably tell me. Set up the pi maybe. Oh, no, it is that. Get submodule update -- init recursive. That should update all the submodules. What? This is, now it's not there. Oh, is that because I nuked it? By... What the heck? Because it wasn't... No, but that's a directory. What? Bro, what is happening? CD, Hazel... vendor ImGui. It's not letting... Why was that not coming up? Yeah, that's a thing. But see, this is... Why does it say deleted everything? And head detached. It clearly hasn't let go. It's still stuck in like... Oh no, this... Wait. Yeah, it's still stuck in 2023. This is actually messed up. This is actually messed up. That looked promising for a second, but then now it's not. Probably have to delete like all of this. But it should do that for you. Okay, let's do... yeah, let's just do git submodule help. Maybe there's a... fine. D-init. I mean, this has 4,000 upvotes, like... Ah, okay. So you have to do this. Yes. So this is exactly what I was talking about when I was like, we need to probably remove this. Okay, so... let's try... I should have probably followed all of the instructions. Let's try... What is it? Git rm Hazel vendor... Gosh, make a video called how to remove a git submodule, because this is just crazy. So we'll remove this first. Force it. And then we're gonna have to remove this directory. So goodbye, that's gone. So we've done this, and now there's git config remove section submodule.path to submodule. Damn, no idea what that is. What do you mean path to submodule? How do you specify that? Remove so is that Hazel vendor? Really? What has that done to our nothing? Is it actually gone now? Can I re-add it? regret starting a game engine. Hey! It's working! Holy smokes. What an eventful stream. First it was Nvidia, then it was GIT being bad. Naughty. Yeah, my editors will fix this and make it look like it's first try. Actually, maybe this is prime content for some YouTube shorts. Both Nvidia and then GIT. Just being annoying. Okay, now. If I double click on ImGui, oh, we're on that Hazel branch where, look at that, we are modern boys. 2025, let's go. All right, so now obviously nothing's gonna compile, but if I run, I don't really want to run that. Maybe I don't have to. Yeah, I shouldn't have to because I don't think the files have changed. Or we have. Okay. We have to run that pre-make script, but we can just run the one that's within. I don't want to run all of them because we've like excluded stuff in Visual Studio temporarily while I've been trying to get this to build. So instead of running like setup, I'm gonna go to Hazel vendor ImGui and I'm gonna run pre-make from here. So I think it's like vendor bin pre-make file, yeah. And then what is it? VS 2022? Is that how you do it? Oh, no, yeah, you can't just do that. All right, I guess we're doing it. Okay, so we don't need this anymore, probably. Let's go back up here. This can get out. And let's have a look at what it was mostly this stuff, like Vulkan Compute Pipeline, Vulkan Material, Vulkan Device Manager. I'm just looking at stuff I excluded. Hopefully that's all the changes I made, and it's gonna be very annoying, but let's regenerate the project. So we'll just run I'm not gonna do the whole setup again. We'll just do this, which is gonna nuke our manual changes, reload all. Let me quickly do, was it compute pipeline or path? Material, I think, right? For some reason, one of the header files, which that's not gonna matter. And then what else was it? Just exclude these for now. I was on non-show files mode. Okay, it doesn't matter. Because what I'm looking for really is ImGui. These remained unloaded, which is nice. ImGui, where are you? Here you are. So let's try build that. Oh. That's annoying. Yeah, so we need to specify the directory for, well, why wouldn't it just, does it really need the directory? That's annoying. Did that have any, if I go to ImGui build and we look at this, did that have any, no, not really. Well, probably not anyway. Let's have a look at, I guess I'll add it in, or I could modify the file, but either way, it's gonna, I guess just that, right? It's a bit annoying that that needs to be done. Now I'm gonna have to redo that. I'll probably just exclude the files from the pre-make script or something, or just delete them or something, I don't know. Okay, let's see if this builds now. What? Nice to know that didn't work at all. How do you even include the current directory as an include directory? Maybe it's like // or something. Nah, it doesn't really respond to that. I've never tried that before. Getting toasty in here. Does anyone know how to do this? How do I add the like that's really annoying. Because this is, well, the only other choice is probably to, that's so annoying. What if I go into a directory and then back? Okay, well, I guess we can just, because the other option, obviously, which I didn't really want to do, is to modify the source file. They both, I'll have to modify both of them. I don't know why on earth, but they both include the same file. It's a bit weird, bro. Oh, it needs GLFW as well. Maybe it was a mistake to try and include backends. Yeah, I did dot first. Yeah, because it's not, the thing is, it's not going to have GLFW. I could, and I don't really want to make it depend on GLFW. I could, and giving it GLFW would be ridiculous. Okay, maybe we go back on this. Maybe we go back on this and we remove the backends. And we go back to having ImGui.build, the ImGui build thing. And that kills two birds with one stone, technically, which is always good. Why did that not, what? Which print, what? Oh. Damn, I'm modifying the wrong premake, guys. Why didn't you tell me? No wonder it wasn't working. But it still doesn't fix it. But let me check though for my sake now. If I had done include directories dot, does that work? Because that's what I'm interested in knowing. Yes, it did work. Good. And so what does it add? Yeah, just dot. Okay, cool. Good to know. I was not as dumb as I thought I was. Let's get rid of everything though, because we need GLFW and that's not going to be known at all by the submodule. So let's not build that here. Let's do this. And then, yeah, sure, let's reload. So now we should be able to compile ImGui without issue. And if we go to ImGui build, so we don't need anything anymore. We just need that, and we should have that done. So if we control F7 this, yeah, it basically works. So we need to define ImGui math operators apparently. Yeah, wasn't that something that we decided to have in the premake though? No, well actually the implemented, this one probably is, but Let me just see if that's actually written anywhere. Yeah. I think I just want to include that in the pre-make for everything. But obviously the other thing can't be there. Let's just quickly regen the projects. And then what are we trying to do? We're trying to get this file to build. We could also include this within Hazel as well, but I'm just going to probably do it this way. Okay, well, it doesn't quite build, but that's our stuff not building. I don't understand how, because it's what, the PCH. Really? The PCH has ImGui stuff? How is it, how does it get to here? What? Oh, that's the wrong file. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Well, this includes ImGui, but this isn't our, that shouldn't be. Why is that our ImGui file? That's not an include directory. Or is it yeah, what? This is really weird. Because I think what's happening is the include imgui.h is including, we have a file called imgui.h, which is a bit annoying that it's called that, but it's not in, it's in a completely different directory, and this directory certainly shouldn't be an include path. So therefore, why is it going to that? It's not a relatively that doesn't work. Unless somehow it's an include directory, which, you know, would be ridiculous. It's not. Oh, this is so annoying. Maybe I should just clean build everything. Maybe it's all messed up. Let's just Control F7 that. No. Because this doesn't make sense. I'm just compiling the PCH and then this backends file, which, you know, should not, unless glfw, because that's our version. That doesn't include Hazel stuff, does it? No, it doesn't include Hazel stuff, I don't think. Well, like, how is this possible? That's really weird. It literally looks like it's including this file. Like, I guess I can double check. Let's just do hash error lol, and then we'll see if that's, yeah, it's including the file. I don't know why that error is last, but that's so weird. Oh, actually, no, it does make sense, guys. It does make sense because we're in this ImGui directory, I forgot, and we're doing a Unity build, so we're actually including the CVP file in here. So even though so it has nothing to do with the directory, it has nothing to do with the location of this file. It's just relative to this. So yeah, so the solution is basically to I don't know why, I did not call this imgui.h. If anything, it should be like I think did we have a UI? Yeah, we have, this used to be called UI.h. I think someone, probably Jay, renamed it to imgui.h. Because this is all in the Hazel UI namespace. And I named it UI because I didn't want it to conflict. Yeah, if we actually go, let's just quickly hunt this down because I'm curious. So let's have a look at the history of this file. So it was 2020. It was actually called ImGui back in 2020. And it was seemingly me who introduced it. Really? Maybe a different file was called UI. We definitely... Oh, no, you know what? The UI file is probably in the UI directory. No, but I searched for it. That's so strange. I thought we had a file called UI.h. That's so strange. There's UI core. So what's actually in this file? Like we got a whole bunch of stuff. So property. Oh, it's basically all property stuff. I mean, there's other stuff here as well. Like show message box and but like, why is it not in ImGui utilities, for example? Is this, what namespace is this stuff in? Also Hazel UI. Like all this stuff is here. Maybe we should merge like the two files. I mean, that would make them really big. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I should just rename this. And this actually includes UI core. But yeah, I don't understand why it's not in ImGui utilities. It's mostly property grid stuff. I guess I can just call it, like, because all this property stuff is, yeah, it's really mostly property grid stuff. Okay, I'll just call it ImGui property grid probably. Or even just, maybe just property grid. Take that. Probably don't need to, I guess I can rerun it. Don't really need to though. I'll just change the thing in here probably. Okay, cool. So back to ImGui build. Okay, that works now. That's good. So let's go back to that. Well, let's go to that property grid file and remove our error. Yeah, so now, okay, so we still have to do a few things. So first of all, I'm gonna commit my fix, obviously. So this. I just want to make sure we get that done. And then the other thing is now I think we're gonna grab this. Oh, I restarted my computer like 5 times. Like, why isn't it here? I had it up earlier. I find that, I guess it's this, right? Yeah. So this stack layout implementation, right? So this is actually a pull request. It's still open 846 on ImGui. And then like, this is basically the whole, I think, yeah, this is the whole like spring slash stack layout situation, which is important because we use this in Hazel. So we need to basically merge this pull request in. I'm guessing, yeah, because it's fairly up to date as well. I think the latest version, I think he just keeps this as one commit, which is actually really nice. I think he just like redoes it. So this is, well, it's about a year old, but I think it works with current ImGui. So we basically need to merge this in. So what's the best way to do this, I wonder? Because, I mean, I guess we can, I guess it's ready to merge. So I guess what we could do is probably probably make a new pull request that is this, right? How would you guys do it? I think we can grab... Can I look at this on his thing? Ah, here it is. So if we do... Is that a thing I can just pick? And then it's the layouts branch. Oh, except I want the other way around, damn it. Okay, let's go back. Otherwise it's gonna be hard. Oh. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. I'm not an expert on Git or whatever. Pick the commit. Well, yeah, actually, I'd have to add his remote. I guess I could add his remote here and just cherry pick the commit. I don't know, what's better? Like, in terms of... I guess I can keep cherry picking it, right? Okay, well, let's have a look at this. So here's got this branch called layouts. And that's exactly one commit. Button to switch those branches. Yeah, I was looking for that. I didn't find it. I thought it was this, but this is, oh, no, it's not that. Where's the button, bro? Because this doesn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just do that to avoid opening a pull request, I guess. Although the upside is that, I mean, I could obviously annotate the commit, but the upside is that there's like, people can kind of see what I've done in case something happens to me. People are like, where did this code come from? Because, you know, in our repository we would have like a closed, presumably, pull request that is us pulling that in. But whatever, I'll just cherry pick it. So let's add, we'll add a, this is how I'll do it. I'll add a remote that will be that. So we're gonna add this remote. I'll call it layouts. And then inside layout, let's just fetch, doesn't really matter. And then here's layouts, right? So if we have a look at that, so this, we can cherry pick. So let's just do a cherry pick and then we'll merge conflicts. I did not expect merge conflicts. What the heck? That's really annoying. Why do we have any merge conflicts? Because there wasn't this this was from master though, not the other thing. Just wondering if I should take this manually because I really don't want it to come and merge the two files, you know? I just want this. So I might actually I might do this manually, which is kind of annoying, but it's gonna be cleaner because you can see like, I mean, I don't know exactly what it's like. It's merged. I don't know. It's probably messed everything up. That's really annoying. Okay, let's abort that. And I'll do it manually. No, the diff has conflicts, and obviously it's tried to merge everything, and that's an issue for me because we're on different branches. So the source is different, right? Because like the delta that he applied is to I mean, it is just that commit though, so it's a bit, I guess it should just only apply the commit, right? Oh, it was a joke. The diff looked horrid. Yeah, okay. I was not sure if I had to explain that. But like, hold on a minute, because I'm not merging the branch, obviously. I'm just merging the commit. So shouldn't it just try and apply the commit delta? Because it looked like it you know, merged everything together, and then it just had a couple conflicts where it couldn't figure out what to merge. But because this is very clean, so I'm surprised that it's just obviously the locations of all of this stuff it might have had an issue with. The base is still diff. Well, yeah, exactly. That's why if the base is different, then it can't really resolve where to put the changes. So I'll probably just do it manually. Okay. So let's start with ImGui.h. Line 33, which obviously doesn't align, because again, exactly, you can see here that like he added ImGui stack layout and it's right after has table, but the problem is this branch doesn't just have table, it's got viewport and dock. I mean, that I'm sure it could probably auto merge, but we can also just you know, sort that out ourselves. Okay, and then we got all this stuff. So he put it under get frame height with spacing, which looks appropriate. And then we got a new, so 1724, which is probably gonna be the wrong place. So after grab rounding, do we have grab rounding anywhere? Grab rounding. Actually don't see that here. Oh wow, it's quite a bit off. It's like 100 lines off. So we do this, and there's a bit of a comment as well. Poorly indented comment. Then we got, after another instance of grab rounding, 2274, that looks right. We've got layout align. Speaking of alignment, let's go ahead and align that. And then that's it for .h. Then we've got ImGui demo, which obviously is optional, but I'll merge it in nonetheless. This probably isn't very different. Oh, it is, because the line numbers don't match. Okay, so let's have a look at where we put this. So it looks like it's at the end of a tree pop. Okay, so we're gonna have to expand it a bit. Otherwise I can't see where we are. Okay, so we got like, I'm guessing that will be good enough. Yeah, that looks good. So right here, you just put some demo stuff, which is good actually. It's nice to have a demo around in case people want it, even if that horrifically failed. Why did that horrifically fail? Oh, I put it into the wrong place. It's supposed to be here. Like that. There we go. It's better. Okay, next up, inside ImGui internal. You guys enjoying this? This is what real development looks like, unfortunately. So after ImGui layout type, this is not alphabetical order. Lock, yeah, so it looks like it's here. We have this little type def. Then we have ImGui layout type vertical equals 1. So over here we have a little enum. And then after this, the constructor for that apparently. Yeah, here, apparently. We have a few structs. Got this stuff. And then finally, we have in modal dim background color. So for whatever reason, right above that, we have this stuff. Cool. Apparently that's it. So let's build this module. Okay, static is set failed. Okay. So then it's nice that that's there. I wonder why he didn't add. Does this not exist in the master branch or something? Like, why is this not in his thing? So let's find the thing that was near like grab rounding. So layout align. So what is that? That's in .h probably, right? In ImGui.h. So here it is. So layout align. We just need, and that's after grab rounding. So we just need to make sure that before image border size. So we just need to make sure that we have this in here as well. Or is that not here? Hang on a minute. That also needs to be in, oh, I just called it wrongly. Never mind. Okay, yeah. That, maybe that doesn't, I don't know, maybe that doesn't exist. Wait, what does that say? One float, is that correct? What is it? It's layout align. I mean, that sounds like it could be a two float thing. Oh no, it's just float. Float layout align, it's not a vec2. Okay. And that built. Okay, cool. So let's commit that. So, stack cloud implementation. So we'll say PR846 from here. I guess I can just do. How did I not? Did he really not have that in there? Let me just double check. Maybe I missed it. Because 4 files changes what I have. That's the only change there. So maybe I missed it. Like, where's the change? Where's the change to the CVP file? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's a large diff. Oh, lol. So I didn't do this entire file. Yeah, I was gonna say that's seems like it's got no functionality. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, guys. That's so funny. Okay, we've got to add this, very important, this little comment. Find window, focus, index. I'm guessing that's it. Yeah, this one here. Okay, so there's also update, nav restore layer. Well, this looks very different. I'm trying to do this part here. Let me maybe expand a little bit up. Stack layer. So find nav restore layer, nav restore, navigation. There's navigation. And then it's like, so we should do it, we'll do it after navigation then. It doesn't really matter exactly where it goes, but I want to be kind of true to this because it will make it easier to update. Okay. Layout align near grab rounding. Which version of this one? Probably equals 0 to 21. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh boy. Grab rounding again. Oh yeah, that's what we did already. Oh no, it's not. It's different. Wait, what? So here it's float, then 1. But here it's 1, then float. So I'm guessing that's probably... Is it the same one? It's G styles var info. Because I'm guessing that that's probably just... maybe it's different in the docking branch. Yeah, look, G style var info. Right? Yeah, so I think it's just... I think it's just different. See, so that's an example of why automatic merging wouldn't have worked as well, because it's different. The base is different. Okay, then we got like column storage dot clear destruct. Is that the destructor of ImGui window? It sure is. So after that, we also need to make sure we go through that. And then, yeah, begin. So inside ImGui begin. So set last item data for window, and above the debug marker we have this. Then inside the compare with context state function, which doesn't exist, bro. What? How does that not exist? ImGui stack sizes doesn't exist. You are kidding me. Is this not a thing in the docking branch? Really? ImGui stack sizes is not a thing. Let me just verify this because I want to make sure. So ImGui stack sizes. Also not a thing in master. So what is this then? It looks like it's here. What is happening, bro? All right, I'm gonna be back in a second. you guys think about it. All right, sorry guys, I'm back. Did you guys figure it out? It's BRB, come on. You guys can't even figure that out. All right. Yeah, so what's going on with ImGui stack sizes? Like, why can't I find it even in here? I searched for it. This is in master. And it's not here. I mean, stack sizes sounds suspiciously similar to the fact that this is the stack implementation, but it's just one commit apparently. But also the fact that it if you look at the PR, right? If we go back to the PR and we look at this is into master from layouts, and I think does it merge like does it merges well, right? Like as in it oh no, it has conflicts. Oh, and then this worked, but this worked. So how can it have conflicts? Or does that do it on the source branch? Probably. But this just doesn't make any sense. Like, where is this? I can't find this in the source. And this is latest master. And there's nothing to do with like stack sizes. Wait. Well, yeah, there's this stuff, but there's not, ImGui stack sizes doesn't exist. Look, I'm searching for ImGui stack sizes and there's 0 results, whereas clearly there are here. So how is that not working? Like, as in, where is that entire thing? Was that like removed at some point? Doesn't even mention that. And what's this? What version of master is this? Compare to detect usage errors. I mean, yeah, this is useful stuff, and this is like a whole class, but where is it? I mean, there's only like 2 functions, but where is it? I'm guessing it's in here. Oh, well, it might not be, but... Where's, It's not in this header. There's like some debug thing. It might be an internal. Yeah, here it is. So it's an ImGui internal. Just wondering if it... Oh, it's not here at all. Maybe it's changed. Yeah, ImGui error recovery state. Ah, here it is. Yeah, someone mentioned that, didn't they? Yeah, Philip. Thanks, Philip. I saw your comment, but I didn't exactly know what you meant. Now I do. So it's an ImGui recovery state. So when did it change to that? Well, it's not coming up in search. Oh well, I thought maybe there'd be a commit message saying that it's been renamed. Okay. Oh, and look, ImGui stack sizes. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we just merge it into there then instead. So where is the pull request? Here it is. We've done this, haven't we? So the next thing is basically we're just asserting this stuff, and it's inside compare with context state, which yeah, but see, that's not that doesn't have that function, does it? No. I mean, obviously this is like a debug behavior, so I can just skip it, but I just was curious to add it. But okay, I guess we just skip it because I really can't. Okay, well, you know what? We could search for like this code effectively, because I know this definitely happens somewhere. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. Maybe it's not the same then. Okay, I can't find it. This is useful though. Why did they get rid of this? Maybe it's obsolete. Okay, whatever. We'll I guess we'll ignore that. So let's go to item add now. And then we've got in when we do the item flags near the enable test engine. Yeah, so here, add that in. Inside item size. Add a bunch inside. This is actually so much. I did not expect this to be this big. Kind of thought it was small. Yeah, so here. inside. Is that the same item size function? Yeah. Oh. What? Ah, this is annoying. Oh wait, that's if layout type horizontal. Never mind. Yeah, this is fine. So this goes here. Oh, and horizontal layout mode is removed. I guess because we deal with it up here. Okay, then in near like end group, I guess. After I think end group. Before scrolling, it looks like we just add a whole bunch of. Oh, we add a lot of stuff. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. That's basically the rest of it. So it's not actually that bad. We're about to add like a few hundred lines of functions. That's a lot. It's like 1,000 lines. Okay, so all of that stuff apparently. That's it. Control F7. And we're good, apparently. Well, that's not gonna, build all's not gonna work, but that stuff should. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, so this is the diff now. So we've got quite a lot of stuff. So that's all the stuff I just added as well. And that's necessary, I guess, for Hazel. Oh, sorry guys, give me a second. All right, sorry about that. I'm back again. Okay, so, yeah, I guess, I'll just mention there's a manual merge. Okay, so we can push that because that builds. And there were some changes, obviously. Okay, so this stuff we renamed to like property grid. So we just need to make sure that we, I guess, change that. Nice that that was included twice. Yeah, and then everything else is gonna be, oh, already has a body. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a little bit annoying. Because that's supposed to define that, I guess, and then not include it if it's there. I mean, this includes it no matter what, so I'm just wondering how that gets compiled. Let's just try compile a random CVP file that probably does stuff. Okay, item hoverable does not take 2 arguments. Right. It now needs 3 arguments, apparently. It needs item flags as well. Wait, that's item hoverable. Why does it need window? Why does it need item flags? Commonly, if your call comes from an item add call, pass item flags equals last item data item flags. Rare. Otherwise, you may pass item flags equals 0. Unless you want to. Okay. So if it comes after an item add call, what does it come? Whoa, how are we using it? What is this function? Drag scalar. Well, I don't know about item add, but we probably want, I guess we want g dot last item data dot flag item flags or something. I'm guessing that's probably reasonable. Okay, focused by tabbing. Why is that not a thing anymore? This is what happens when you update, man. Okay. That's not even a thing anymore. Is it just item flags now? No. Focused by tabbing. Is that even a thing? No. See, like, I don't know. Yeah, like, let's just search for this. Okay, it's actually in internal. That's annoying. They got so much stuff in internal. Okay, but not, obviously not this. Let me see if focused by tabbing is a thing. No. Failing that, if item status flags, oh, they are a thing. Look, here they are. So why is my focused by tabbing not a thing? Just not a thing anymore. Sweet. So this has focused by tabbing. Set when the focusable item just got focused by tabbing. Fix me to be removed soon. Sweet. And why is that? Like this break, doesn't this break this whole thing? Like, why? Why did that? Why? Like, I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't. Again, maybe it's an obsolete now, and just you don't need to manually check for that. But I don't understand why they removed it. What version is this anyway? I just googled it to find this. 1.89. That's not that old. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, well, since it's seemingly just removed, I guess input request by tabbing also dies. What's nav active input ID and why is that gone? Why did we re-implement drag scalar? Because this is a re-implementation, isn't it? Drag scalar. And this is what namespace is in Hazel UI drag scalar. Who uses this? We use it as part of draw field array. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going context. I want to see if there's an equivalent to this active input ID equals ID. There's activate ID. And what is ID exactly? It's the window ID. There's activate ID, activate input ID. Okay, I'm just gonna remove that, I think. Don't really know what that was exactly doing, but we'll just remove it. It could be like, I don't know if it's down or pressed ID. If it used to be like input ID, maybe it's mapped, now it's one of these, or it needs to be both of these. I don't know, but we're gonna see. This isn't like a critical function, I don't think. Let's go to this. I want to fix this because this is just very broken. Like, why is that not? It's in property-grid.h. So script engine, maybe something, I don't know. It does sound like it should be in property script reference though. Is that in Hazel ImGui. That's probably in, but why does that? Oh, that includes ImGui.h, which is the wrong one. So it's property grid now is what it should include. So that should fix the majority, I think, of these errors. Yep. Let's just build everything again. Capture mouse from app is don't remember where I'm going. Oh, we might have to update ImGuizmo. I haven't done that since Hazel began. ImGui capture mouse from app. Okay, so that function I guess is just gone. What? So what is this function and where did it go? Let me have a look at what that was doing. Do I have an older version of ImGui somewhere? Oh, yes, I should. So, I think Hazel submodules the cherno ImGui. So this should be old, I think. Let's open this. Because this is the old fork. So capture mouse from app should be a thing here. So what does that do? Because does that just set a flag? So set next frame, want to capture. So yeah, there it is. Obsolete functions. Obsoleted in 1.86 in 1.88 May 2022. Does it say why? These are even older. Like, capture mouse from app. Set next frame, want capture mouse. G, want capture mouse next frame. Is that a thing? Did they just remove the function for it? That would be weird, wouldn't it? Want, what is it? Want. Okay, that did not. So, is that? No, that's gone as well. Oh, no way. Here it is. What? Oh, it's, yeah, want capture. So set next frame, want capture mouse. Oh, did I just rename it? Is that a function or not? Yeah, it is. Why is my symbol search not working? Oh, in current solution, but that is defining. Oh, yeah, that's defining current solution. Weird. But yeah, there it is. So set, they've just changed the name, apparently. That's weird. So capture mouse from app is now set next frame, want to capture mouse true. That is, sure. You do you. I feel like they could have not removed that function. But I guess it's weird. Capture mouse from app. Like, what does that mean, bro? This does make more sense, admittedly, but it's still a bit annoying. Okay, are you done? Why do you have a billion things? Okay, yeah, okay, that should be okay. I guess I can build this. Although building that means that, yeah. Let's just try build like this file. See if that gives us errors. Okay, render item hoverable does not take two things. Because we know that this has to be G. Ugh. How do you get the context again? I think it's G, you just have to include, oh, that is included. That's odd. Let me just, oh, right. So, you're supposed to do that. How long are you streaming? This morning. Oh, it's the evening for me. Speak for yourself. Probably like another hour or so. We'll see. I'm keen to get some actual work. I want to get this finished, basically. Because the first hour of the stream was a bit annoying because like I had to update our drivers because our computer was crashing. And it was a bit annoying. Okay, cannot convert from null pointer to ImGui texture ID. Oh, what? Have they changed this? Oh, it's an IM. It's 64 now. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Oh, yeah, this stuff. Already has a body. So why, What is it building here? ImGui node editor. Builders or whatever. So this is also an external thing. I mean, that works. Let me just make sure that I don't even know how this is being compiled. It's part of being compiled, part of Hazel, but okay, ImGui node editor. Let's do that. Node editor. Let's make sure this builds, I guess. Because this is, I think it's having a lot of errors. 80 errors for this one file. Okay, so for one, this is annoying. So it includes node editor internal, which includes a bunch of ImGui stuff. It's got define math operators. So it's got actually define math operators. Is that what we had in pre-make already? Or is that different? No, we do have that, so we don't actually need this, but it's not gonna hurt. What's weird is that, so extra math includes this, but yeah, which are inline. Why does it already have a body though? Let's have a look at this. Ugh. Macro redefinition. And then that already has a body. Let's see previous definition. Wait, what? Oh, so they define it in ImGui.h. Whereas this tries to do it in ImGui node editor internal. And then, oh wait. Where does it define it? In ImGui extra math. Well, it doesn't actually need that. Wonder if I should update this as well. I don't know. I didn't actually add this submodule stuff. But it doesn't... I guess I could just nuke this stuff. Like, well, this stuff doesn't need to exist. Okay, ImGui key. Yeah, the macro redefinition we can get rid of. Key tester. Key tester, yeah, key, ImGui key, yeah, that's fine. And what's the error? ImGui key undeclared identifier. ImGui key underscore. Where is ImGui? Oh, this. Has that changed as well? I'm guessing that used to be the about the transition of 1.87 new IO. Yeah, so list of keys. Okay. Wonder if this should just be that. But I don't really know what these functions T. Maybe it's just supposed to be that now. Because I think it was used to be an int, but it was actually an int that was type deft to key underscore, but now it's an actual enum class, or an enum actually. So maybe that's, I don't know. Set item using mouse wheel. That's gone skis. Obsoleted? Question mark? Looks like I can maintain the functionality using this. The heck? Set item key owner is the way forward. Okay. So what is set item key owner? What? But the mouse wheel's not a key. Key underscore mouse wheel. But that's, I didn't. Is there really a key mouse wheel? I didn't see it. Oh, it is a thing. Okay, so it's set item key owner, and then it's mouse wheel Y, and then it needs. Okay, good. It doesn't need that. Okay, fine. Is key pressed? Get key index for F. So I think this needs to be probably wants the enum, which I'm sure you could just cast to. So that must be like an enum class then. I'm going to get key index. It's not a thing. Why is there a get key index? Fitting into get key, what? Why would you not just do this? That's odd. Unless you had to do a conversion. But I'm assuming this should work. Get key index for D. What? Why is this a thing? And yeah, get key index is not going to compile. I think this should probably be just. This is very odd. Declare key tester for F and D key. So it wants to filter that for some reason. Okay, whatever. You know what? Is it ImGui key? Very strange, bro. Conversion from int to float. Okay, whatever. That's not my business, not my code. I don't know. We gotta revisit this thing, I expect. I might ask Jim about this, but unless it was a J thing, I don't know. Very odd. Okay, so the tree node stuff I'm a little bit concerned about, just because I don't know. I don't really remember where that came from. And like these these functions like tree node behavior is open, like I don't really know what that stuff was. So if we have a look at old ImGui, okay, so that was actually a function. So disable obsolete functions. So renamed in 1.89. Yeah, to what? I guess to this. Tree update next open. Because that's what it returns. Okay. So. And then we got this tree jump to parent on pop mask. Let me see what that was. So that was this thing. Store a copy of is live for tree dev 031. Tree jump to parent on pop mask. And they obviously removed that, but who knows why. In ImGui window temp data. So tree depth, so it was here. Maybe it just doesn't need to be done anymore. So I'll have to probably come back to that. Okay, allow item overlap. I'm guessing was just removed. I mean, it's a tree node flag still, although it's in. Oh, it was just renamed to allow overlap. So maybe it's the same here. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, no key modifiers. Was right. Oh yeah, disable mouse interaction button flags. No key modifiers. Wow. I don't know, man. No key modifiers. Now, why would no key mods allowed? Why do they love renaming stuff so much? What the heck? No key modifiers is fine. Why do you have to change it to no key mods allowed? Ugh. Nav disable mouse hover. Just so you guys know what I'm doing on my other screen. So I've got. This is my old fork of ImGui, which it doesn't matter that it's my fork. It's just an old version of ImGui. Specifically the version we used to be using. So therefore all of this code that's in Hazel obviously worked with this. And then I'm just using Alt-Shift-S, which is a visual assist feature, to search for that particular symbol. So I'm copying this symbol, then back to this, Alt-Shift-S, searching for that. Then I'm going to that. And then I'm kind of seeing some context about like what that used to do, whether or not it was renamed and all of that in that kind of code base, because a lot of them were already marked as obsolete, which is useful. Otherwise, I can that shows me where it was or whatever if I don't already know. Here I know because it's in G, so it was in the context. But then I can kind of just see like if there was, so this was like in the game keyboard and navigation area, which is here. So it was here. So nav and what was it called? Nav disable mouse hover. So you can see it's actually here. It's just been commented out, and it says here it's an old name for nav highlight item under nav. So I can replace it with that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Okay, now see this same situation here. This is completely gone, so I can go here, Alt-Shift-S, find that. It's this enum. Here it is. Don't know why that's gone. Let's go back to that. Just see if it has anything here. Flags for render nav highlight. Don't know why that's gone completely. Render nav highlight, is that? Oh, that's... Yeah, see, it's in, it's obsolete. Avoid using outside of ImGui CP, whatever. Not for public consumption. Well, sorry. Oh yeah, so you can see render nav highlight just returns render nav cursor, and you can see it says renamed in 1.91.4. So we can basically just stop using render nav highlight and use render nav cursor instead. And then the flags that it takes in are, you can see it uses ImGui nav render cursor flags instead of that. So I can presumably replace that here. And then type thin. Let's see if there's a type thin or whatever. No. So that's didn't really quite work out as well as I'd hoped. Nav highlight flags type thin. Compact. I'm guessing that's the equivalent. So let's use that, and there we go. That's how we fix things. Okay, last item in flags. Okay. In flags. So last item data in flags. See ImGui item flags. So ImGui last item data. So if we have a look at last item data, so we used to have, yeah, so you can kind of see, I guess it's called item flags now. In the old version, this is what in flags was. You can see by the struct, the actual structure of the data. So you can see that in flag status flags, now it's item flag status flags. So it's probably, you know, oh yeah, and also this says called in flags before this. So item flags is what it's changed to. And same here. Awesome, so that's this file done. Custom tree node. Not too bad actually. So I was worried there'd be some actual issues. You guys having fun? Guarantee you're not having as much fun as I am. Allow item overlap. So that's changed now, right? See, the other annoying thing is having to like remember all of this. So allow item overlap. Remember, it's called something else now. I don't even know if it's part of button flags. I guess it was. I'll quickly search for it. Yeah, it's in button flags private. Allow overlap, I think, instead of item overlap. Cannot include this. Well, you shouldn't be. Okay, so ImGui utilities we can focus on. Disable nav. I gotta keep like a database of all the changes or something, like the remappings of this stuff. So we just changed this, didn't we? Nav disable highlight. Wait, disable mouse hover. Yeah, that's what it, I think. Wait, but what about disable highlight? Was that right? Oh, yes, okay, yeah. So disable mouse hover is the old name for this, so that's correct. So mouse hover changes that, but nav disable highlight, old name for not nav cursor visible, opposite value. So disable highlight true is false that. So, oh wait, and we have to set it. So we have to set it. So nav cursor visible is false. Wow, okay, window just isn't happy with window. I'm guessing title bar hide. That's weird. So that used to be a function, now it's not, I guess. Next window data flags. Is it like item flags or something? Next window data has no flags. Has flags? What are the actual flags? Window flags. Okay, just a little rename, why not? Window for height. Again, this stuff used to be functions, I guess. I don't know. Again, window flags. Window flags. Control F7. Control Shift B. Yeah, I don't know why it's still including that. Yeah, let's try and... What are the errors here? Oh, we still did this stuff. Why? I didn't know we were using stuff from here. I mean, shut down is useless, and I just want to... I kind of want to see what new frame was doing. Yeah, okay, that doesn't need to happen. So never mind. Whew. All right. This is property grid. Okay, we're not doing too badly now, because Vulkan material is actually not, damn, this is, I can see the light, guys. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Remember Vulkan material, we're not compiling anymore. Compute pipeline or something, we're not compiling. Let's just exclude this for now and build. Input is simply, needs to change to property grid. Damn, I'm actually so excited. Come on, include it, man. Taking so long. I guess I could just do a find and replace. Why does Vulkan shader need property grid? What the heck? Why you're including that. Oh, it's this thing. No, that still shouldn't need it. Oh, right, okay. So this needs to be cast, I think, to this now, right? We are pretty close. Okay, that's just that. Viewport data. Undeclared identifier. What? Has that gone away? No. Oh, I guess I just need to include it. But it is included. Oh. I need to move it to the header file. Because I did that locally, I think. Right, what are we doing? What are we doing today? Just clocked in. Oh, we're doing a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. This is actually very annoying though. Because they changed it from being a void pointer to being a UN64T for some reason. Don't really know why. I mean, a void pointer is 32-bit on 32-bit builds, but anyway, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So now I have to just explicitly get that as a pointer and cast it to a 64-bit uint to store it in this kind of black box kind of platform opaque, whatever the heck handle situation it is. All right, activate item. Ah, so that's not a thing anymore. In game, in ImGui internal, under like gamepad, keyboard, navigation, which is gone now. What? Oh, keyboard. Okay. See, this is what I mean. This is what they love to do, man. Yeah? Can't even search for comments anymore. Used to be gamepad/keyboard navigation. Now it's keyboard/gamepad navigation. So of course, when I type in gamepad/keyboard, it comes up with 0 results. Ugh. The audacity. So what was it I was looking for? Activate item. So activate item doesn't exist anymore. So it used to be here. Remotely activate a button. Now it's gone. And what did it take in? Just an ID. Maybe nav highlight activated? That didn't used to be a thing. That's like set nav focus scope. Nah. Well, let's have a look. Nav next activate ID. Oh, nav highlight activated ID. Not exactly the same, is it? Next nav next activate ID. I'm guessing that doesn't exist anymore. Damn, that's not even a thing. Oh. Okay, so nav next activate ID. Nav is activate ID. Oh, there it is. Nav next set by activate item. What? So that is a function? Oh, it's called activate item by ID. And it's inside. Oh, it's just under here. Ugh, that's annoying. So by ID. Okay, good. To be honest, that's an easy fix. Okay, that's also an easy fix. Guys, we got two trivial errors to fix. And then we are Gucci. That's amazing. Okay, it lied about the 2 errors. Allow item overlap is just allow overlap without memories kicking in. Oh, what did this change to again? Tree node behavior is open. That changed to something completely different. It's I remember where it is though. I think it's in custom tree node. So behavior is open. It's called tree node update next open or whatever. Oh, and it needed something else, didn't it? Oh no, it shouldn't have. Oh, does it always need flags now? This just happened to take in flags. Where did it get those flags from? Oh. Does it really need flags? I don't really know what to put in here. Should I get the last flags or something? No, that doesn't make sense. It is previous state though. Behavior is open. So what did that... I guess we can investigate what it did if no flags were supplied, right? So... tree node behavior is open. Since that had... Oh, is it just 0? Okay, well... I don't know if that will fly, because I don't think it's an int anymore. Let's have a look. Tree node flags. Oh, it is an int still. Okay, that's good. Well, yeah, 0 it is. But I'll pass in none just to make it a bit more readable. Not into that function. Okay. Guys, we're so close. Can't believe it. Allow item overlap. Identify not found. Allow overlap. Oh, we got a few of those. Or do we? Yep. 2 more. No. 1 more. It's weird. Okay, here we go. We did it. We built it. Now we just have to replace all this stuff. I wonder how bad, if at all bad, this stuff's gonna be. F8, by the way, jumps between errors like this, so that's useful when you're doing stuff like this. That's it. Is item hoverable? What's the problem? It needs item flags. It's like... Yeah, you gotta get the item flags. You need that. And then you do g dot last item. But is that really right? Because... Let me double check. I mean... Just because in this case it's something, isn't it? Item hoverable. Maybe not. But it's the idea of this label. Yeah, I don't know. It really just didn't used to be a thing before. What does it use those flags for? So it just needs to know, I guess, because this is it. Get ID name, for example. Ooh. Maybe you need to get flags by name as well. I don't know. I'm a bit sus about that. I don't know, because this is the last item data, whereas this obviously, we might be referring to something else. But because they're just flags, it'll probably work, but in the dodgiest way possible. So I'm not really a big fan of that. Okay, begin pop up. This doesn't even have a parameter anymore. This changed to something else, as we know. Changed to this, and it now needs flags, but the flags are just none. Same situation here as before. Where are my find results? Probably still my clipboard. Yeah, so we built Hazel a while back. We're just building the editor now, which obviously does a lot of stuff. Table get max column width is gone. It used to be close to this. Where are all these table functions? Oh, and ImGui internal. Table get max column width. Was that not? It was. So I think maybe that's just moved to internal. But no, we are including that. So what's... Really? Oh, it's calc. I think it's now called calc. All right. You do you. Is that still a thing? No, let's try build. Okay, this again removing the word item. Did we update ImGui? Yes, we did. 2.5 years worth, but also merging in other modifications, so it's a bit complicated. Okay, there's no image button EX function referenced in image UI image button. UI image button. ImGui image button EX. Okay, I'm guessing that used to be a thing. Yes. And it's not anymore. Maybe the... Oh, good, it is. The signature's probably changed. I don't really care what it's changed to. Let's just get this over and done with. I mean, that might break this, but okay. So what changed? Just show me the diff, man. I don't care. Was this Vulkan ImGui layer? No. Vulkan, well, just Vulkan ImGui, which is not in here for some reason. There it is. So padding, so there's now there's button flags, of course there is. And the padding is gone. So it used to be UV01 padding, background color, tint color. Now it's just UV01, then background color, tint color, flag. So the padding is gone for whatever reason. So I guess you might as well get rid of that. Which is It's gonna break other stuff, but that's alright. And then the button flags are, oh good, equals 0 by default. Well, at least we don't. So they just got rid of the padding for whatever reason. Maybe it gets it from us. Well, I don't know why. But I guess we can, yeah, get rid of that. And see what that breaks. This is a CPP file, but it does not look like it. I don't know. Let's just build this. No, overloaded. Okay. Oh, does this have like a default? It doesn't really look like it. It does look like it's still trying to match padding. Because UV, but I removed it. Really? Okay. It says 3vec2s though. Oh, because it's size UV. Yeah. Texture size UV. Int. What is it trying to get to? Maybe it's this one? And are these, where are these, are these, where are these used? Like, because these aren't in, headers. UI core uses them. Yeah, so I mean, for one, I'm gonna have to fix this. Wait, wasn't frame padding, I don't know, man. I thought frame padding was a vec2. Okay, let's try this. I'm just not really quite sure. I mean, I'm guessing this has to go to the string ID. Like, why? Because that just does that. I don't know what the logic is there, but... Okay, now this doesn't work. Oh, because -1 doesn't exist anymore. Because the other thing is, like, this... I don't like the way this is. I don't know who wrote this. This is a bit annoying. What was it? What did this use to match, anyway? I mean, actually, like, this does look valid, though. Like, as in, I'm pretty sure I've seen this. But... it's not in, it should be in one of these though. So there's texture, size, UVs, background color, and tint color. Texture, size, UV, background color, texture, size, UV, background color, tint color. I don't know, man, that looks pretty legit to me. I definitely didn't write this because it's like a const reference on a reference kind of object, which is weird. I don't really do that. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But also are these, yeah, because that's image and texture. Why does it even exist here? Like, why wouldn't you just use... Because, yeah, that's this one here. And then those are implemented in the Vulkan class for whatever reason. And then some of them call each other as well, which makes it very confusing. I guess they have to be because of this. Well, they're not really. Whatever. How long will the stream be? Maybe like another... up to another hour, but don't count on it being another hour. But I do want to get this working, so... it's likely to end quickly after I get this working. Or in about an hour if I don't manage to get this working, but I should. Yeah, so here's the ImVec2 for the frame padding, but it's weird to just remove that. Like, really? Like, that clearly was important, man. And also, well, yeah, we removed frame padding, so therefore, like, why does that not work? Oh, there's still an int 6. What, and that doesn't work? 2. Oh, because there's no size. Is there always a size? No, not with... oh, yeah. Yeah, there does seem to always be a size. How do we not have a size? Or was that the size? Oh, that was the size. Oh, right, so the 6 gets removed. So that's kind of okay. I mean, the padding does get removed, which is weird, but it's not as bad as the size getting removed. So that means this 3, for example, is removed. I guess I'll... keep that. Yeah, so what was the other error? That was a bit weird, right? Oh, this is a linking error. Oh. That, yeah, it's probably something that I removed somewhat accidentally from here. Although maybe not. That doesn't look special though. It's the multiplication operator. Really? That doesn't exist anywhere else. Nice search, bro. Where is all the stuff, man? I don't know if that's what it's looking for. Oh, maybe not. That built it very quickly though, it doesn't make sense. Oh, because it's, probably didn't realize. Oh, come on. Are you for real? Okay, this is cooked. Let me just restart Visual Studio. Visual Studio is cooked. Any questions, guys? I'm gonna do a clean build as well. So buckle in, this will take a bit. What's your reasoning for creating your own engine? Currently developing a game in Unity. Any worries you have about making your own? Also, what language you're using for the engine? Yeah, I mean, I just like game engines. I'm into making game engines. I always have been interested in them, and I worked at EA for a while making them. So I just like game engines. That's kind of the primary reason. The secondary reason, like, it's not like I don't really personally have many concerns using existing engines to make games. But for me, like, making the game isn't necessarily the end goal. Like, I would like to make a game, but I'm not like hugely into games. Like, I enjoy the technology behind games more than the games themselves. Even though, like, the artistic side of me, the creative side of me does want to create a game as well. But there's a lot of creativity in the technology, and there's a lot of, I think there's a lot you can do when you actually make the technology yourself as well that will like contribute to the game. So that's kind of one of my reasons, I guess, for doing it. What language am I using? So the engine's written in C++, but the scripting is done in C# like Unity. So we're kind of trying to make it as I guess, quote unquote, easy to use as Unity, in the sense that, like, I mean, I quite like C# as a language, and I think it's like a really good balance of productive, because you can be quite simple with it and use it almost like a scripting language. It's got a great library. It's very fast, but also it scales really well into like huge territory. Whereas, like, I remember in the early days of me starting Hazel, like, a lot of there was like a big push, I think, by the community for me to use something like Lua, but like, I have used, like, at EA on one of the mobile engine Osiris, like, Lua was used for scripting a lot. Like, I think most of the scripting was probably UI stuff, which sounds light, but it's not, because these are like mobile games. So, like, a lot of, like, for example, Need for Speed No Limits, a lot of that is about the metagame, which happens like in, I don't know, I can show you guys, if you're interested, I can show you. So if I just Need for Speed No Limits. I wonder what it's like. Like, it's interesting what it's like these days, because I have not played that game in a while. Is that still going even? Okay, here we go. Just found a random video. Okay, it's McDonald's. Okay, we don't need to watch these ads. Should get an ad blocker. Oh, and also there's build, so we're about to launch this. Okay, skip. All right. The heck did that go? Okay, that's weird. So this is Need for Speed No Limits. Okay, so, like, you know, this stuff, right? So all of this, loot boxes, you got everything in this game. All of this, you know, is basically Lua, right? And, like, yeah, there's like a billion parts, and, like, the meta, this is like bigger than the game itself. I mean, probably not from a C++ point of view, but from a you know, scripting complexity and also performance was a bit ridiculous when it came to all this UI stuff. Like, you know, we would do like garbage collect for Lua like 5 times between transitioning layouts and stuff. But the actual game itself looks kind of nice. It's hard to tell, it's a bit low res, but this is all kind of nice, and this is all initially C++ and initially C++ and OpenGL ES/Metal, but then we moved the Android side to Vulkan, which we started in 2015, back when Vulkan was not really released yet. So yeah, anyway, my point is that like a lot of this stuff is Lua, and Lua is quite fast, but when it gets to like a big level of complexity, it becomes, in my opinion, quite unmanageable and quite difficult to like create like a substantial game, you know, with it. So that's why like I would much prefer to use C# if I was like making a game, you know, just because I think that the language is just so much more robust, and it's like the simplicity of Lua is great for like small things, but you want like a real kind of juicy programming language if you're actually going to design like this big game. And in my opinion, like I want Hazel, you know, for the kinds of games that I want to make, I want that there. And because like Hazel, I'm not just making Hazel necessarily, even though I love game engines, I'm not just making it for the sake of making a game engine. I'm also making it like with the goal of me using that engine actually to make a decently sized game. And so that's why obviously I want it to, yeah. I want it to be good. How is C# for cross-platform? Fine, it doesn't matter. C# runs within Hazel, right? So if Hazel runs, then C# runs. Like we have the runtime, which uses .NET Core, inside Hazel, so it's fine. I mean, obviously it still uses .NET Core, so it still kind of needs .NET Core, but it's kind of within, I guess, Hazel, so it's fine. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty much open source as well. So that's kind of nice. All right, anyway. So even though, for example, we build DLLs, you can build like a C# DLL using .NET Core and Visual Studio. Just Visual Studio build me a C# DLL on Windows. You can then ship that. The DLL gets kind of embedded, the data from the DLL gets embedded into a Hazel asset pack. So it's actually within something called an asset pack. And then that can get read, for example, on a Linux computer. And as long as the client Linux machine has .NET Core runtime, which it would prompt you to install it if you didn't have it, then that will work, right? So it does still obviously need the actual runtime, but I guess you would expect that. So yeah. All right, are you guys ready to run Hazel now that we have got it compiling? I'm very scared. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh. Well, the dock space is weird, but we can kind of see something. Okay, the content browser is still in the same place. Oh, okay. Well, this doesn't... Oh. Message from dear ImGui. Uh-oh, guys. They're onto us. Programmer error. This is nice, though. Check out this debugging thing. This is new. That's awesome. Programmer error. 2 visible items with conflicting ID. Code should use push... Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's a result of my upgrading or not, but okay, so let's dock. Yeah, this is a bit weird. Let's dock scene hierarchy here and properties. I guess maybe it screwed up all the stuff. Asset manager panel can just go away. Viewport can get docked here, and yeah, so this is still weird. This content browser, and this is also an error. This content browser, I was hoping it would kind of just fix itself. But alas, it has not. But yeah, we've upgraded to the latest ImGui. We got some errors, but that's not that bad, to be honest. Mostly, it seems like it's working. This still works. Yeah, warning skill issue. That's funny. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm glad we upgraded because this is great. I'm assuming this was just always happening because I don't actually see anything visually wrong or anything not working, right? It's just, oh, you know what no, it's not that. I thought it would be that. So it's only when I hover though. Or is that, I should see where that message is coming from, but, oh, I can't click on the menu bar. That's our first issue. Don't think we have any errors here. What is this? That's just a C# build error. I wonder why I can't click on the menu bar. It's a bit weird. Everything else, I think. Oh, these buttons don't work. I don't think that's an ImGui thing. That's probably a GLFW thing. Viewport settings is a bit weird. Oh, ImGuizmo works. Nice, I can rotate these objects that I can't see because we're not actually rendering them using Hazel, but that's nice. Because I was worried about ImGuizmo. Is the viewport intentionally disabled? Yeah, we haven't done it yet. It doesn't exist. There's no renderer. We haven't upgraded to the new renderer in terms of Hazel. We decided to start with ImGui, like with rendering with basically UI, so that we could render the edited UI first, and then we would start actually porting like the old renderer, which used Vulkan, to like the new renderer, which is using NVRHI. So, our button padding change didn't seem to change anything. That was within the audio events editor, which, seems to be like missing text from here. So there's supposed to be text here. Also the buttons ignore the images looking weird. I think they're using nearest filtering instead of like linear filtering or something. I don't know. But there's missing text from here for some reason. And then obviously we got this. It's funny, we can still kind of render thumbnails, but the thumbnails are not... The thumbnails are just cached. They're rendered with Hazel's old renderer. And because they're cached to disk, we're just reading the files. So we're not re-rendering them, obviously. If it tried to do that, it wouldn't work. Because the renderer doesn't exist yet. But yeah. So the thumbnails working is a bit deceiving. It's just reading an image from disk, basically. A cached kind of image from disk and displaying it. Okay, so should we try to fix this programmer error? It's like you've made a mistake. This is the future of programming. So yeah, 2 visible items with conflicting IDs. So in the scene hierarchy, I guess we it's gonna be a little bit difficult to probably track that down. And it's also happening here. I wonder if, let's look at what we actually changed in scene hierarchy as well, because that's another thing. The fact that we actually changed stuff, right? We didn't change that much though. Yeah, I don't think we did anything. So it was probably always an issue. It's just we didn't know about it. So if we have a look at label type visibility, let me just look at this. So this is the function. It's called ImGui render. Whatever. Surprise. So here's the entity list, right? So I'm guessing it's the it's probably this, right? Draw entity node. As if that doesn't like push and pop an ID. It's got to, right? Well, it creates a string ID, which includes the entity UUID. And that's the button. So that should definitely have a unique ID, because everything in this list has its own entity ID. So maybe it's a different item. I mean, it's hard to tell exactly what it is. Hold control to use item picker to break in item call stack. Oh. Hold control. Ah, you can to use item picker. Whoa, this is awesome. Damn. And I guess you can disable debug tools if you want for distribution builds. That's pretty good. If this existed back in the day, I would have shipped Hazel by now. No, I'm kidding. I could have just added that myself if I was really, if that was really annoying. Okay, so where's it happening? So draw entity node if opened. Yeah, so it's recursively drawing the entity nodes, which you would expect, but then every time it's drawing it, yeah, so it is this. It's this get ID, but the get ID includes the entity UID. So how are these? So was a string ID, for example, is target wall large, and then you got the actual target wall large B, and then you got the actual UUID appended to it. So that obviously should be unique. But it's always two items. Or is it just within that whole view it's detecting two items? And that's it. With the same thing. These debug messages are the reason that function was missing from the pull request. Yeah. I don't know if that was exactly that though, because that was more to do with stacks. So like begin, because you can push and pop certain like flags and like colors or whatever, and if you push, you know, if you push three things and pop, if you push two things and pop three things, then it gives you an error. And same with like begin and ending windows and stuff. So I think that was more to do with that. May not be on the same panel, maybe. Well, it's breaking here, so I imagine it's probably. I mean, it's breaking there because I picked this item, but that item did have a red rectangle around it. Well, okay, well, okay, how about this? What we could do is, because this is all taking place within the context of this entity, what we could do is ImGui push ID, right? And then we could, I don't know how good this is, but we could do entity get UUID. And I guess we could cast that to like a void pointer, right? That's very annoying. I mean, we can make it work, but I'm just wondering if there's a, because int is not enough, and char is annoying, so it's just annoying because we have to write it as two conversions. But if we do that here and then we do a pop at the end, does it return early? No, that's a lambda. Okay. Let's do it a bit later. Let's do it when we set up the next column. I think we have a scoped like push ID or whatever, so that in case it does obviously return, we can. But I'm just curious, if we try this, if we just give it the context of the entity UUID, then maybe it will just, because maybe there's, I don't know, something else there, but obviously it should, so it's just drawing one thing per entity ID and they all have, you know, unique IDs. I'm just wondering, no, it's still happening. That's so strange. Interestingly, it's got like, I mean, this highlight is super weird. I'm wondering if it's highlighting multiple things. And I'm assuming it's happening within that function. There's a lot going on in this function, unfortunately. Draw entity node. Okay, if we just don't draw entity node, let me just make sure that it's not happening. I mean, that entity node is obviously the entire scene hierarchy panel, basically. So maybe there's an empty button. Yeah, maybe there's something weird. Oh, it's still drawing this. What? Oh, right. It's just not expanding. Okay, so it's still happening. So yeah, this is for the children. For the children. So it's still, so maybe it was happening at this top level. I didn't realize the top level was separate. God, this is so much code. How did it get to this? Oh, but wait, we're inside draw entity node. Okay, my mistake. I thought we were in the top level. Okay, so where is this being called from? I'm guessing here. So now we won't, I don't think we'll see anything now. Yeah, so there's nothing to error us about. So I'm wondering if we draw any other elements here. Any other items here. Obviously, if we right click, we do. Is row clicked? Selection manager select. That just makes it a different color. And obviously sets the selection context. I mean, there's like text and stuff. Like, does that? Because there's dragging and dropping. That doesn't, surely that doesn't include. Okay, yeah, this is what I want. This is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to disable the actual button thing, like the actual main thing, just to make sure it wasn't, because then that way we'll be able to tell if it's another element. So if we look at, for example, string ID, that's used. There's this button behavior, but there's probably the actual. So tree node with icon. Should really rename this to UI stuff because this is our code, so it's a bit hard to tell. So this is probably it, right? Or was it something else? I just don't know. We'll try this. Yeah, so that's gone now. And we don't have that error. We've still got this highlight, which is weird. Maybe that highlight is ruining it. Previous state and opened use tree node, no, update next open, but that doesn't actually. That just sets stuff up. That doesn't actually render anything. To do clean up this mess. Yeah, that's never happening. I guess okay, well, I mean, what's drawing that highlight? Because it's possible that whatever's drawing this highlight is obviously, but that's just a row highlight, right? That doesn't, because button behavior, look, also takes in an ID, but that, that doesn't actually draw anything, does it? ImGui button behavior. What does that do? I don't remember any of this stuff. Right, I think this just implements the behavior for a button. So isRow hovered is probably just what sets the fill row with color. So I'm sure that doesn't, that just does table set BG color. So that's what does that. I wonder if we can use the item picker here to just see hovered ID. So it's got all these IDs, and then if we break that, yeah. So that's yeah, that's this button behavior. Is basically, oh, but that is an item. So maybe this does need to be different. Because if that's the same as that other ID, then that would be wrong. Well, we don't really need, if we use the contact, the begin push ID thing, we don't really need it. So, BB for button for button behavior. Format's probably a bit overkill for that. Whatever. So if I use this instead, just see if that makes a difference. Okay, let's re-enable that other thing and see if that worked. Yes, but it doesn't work. Nice. So they apparently so they need the same ID? I can still right click on them, but I can't. Okay, hang on. Oh, that's the wrong place. Draw entity node. What else does it use string ID for? Because it might retrieve it later. I mean, I'm assuming this is fine because it's, maybe that doesn't Well, no, it would have probably told me that I have a billion things with the same thing. Because I added this push ID, so that's obviously now the context for this. I mean, that seems reasonable. I don't know why that needs... So I'm guessing if we just use this, let me just make sure that, I mean, this, just because I got rid of the UUID from the actual name, I just want to make sure that this works as well. It should though. Yeah, so that's fine. That obviously works as expected, but as soon as I change it to that, it doesn't work. And I'm trying to figure out, so where else does it use that ID? Oh, well, I mean, this is a bit annoying. Label size, but that doesn't include the... Why did it used to do this? Because it calculates the label size based on the string ID. But that's that now no longer includes the UUID. So that's changed. That's weird. And right click pop up this ID. Oh, that's an ID. That's changed. Yeah, so the only thing that's missing is this. But the thing is, I mean, like, the thing is that doesn't this, isn't the whole point of this to pass in, like, you know, the ID of something that exists? Unless I'm misunderstanding this. That's why, like, it's not really doing, like, it's broken now, you know? 'Cause I'm pretty sure this has to be this. Even though it's like the first thing that's used. Or does that define the future behavior for that? I don't really know. It's been so long. It's a bit confusing. Let me try and have another look at it, maybe. So this happens at the end of the frame. And I guess debug draw ID conflicts are... Where does that get, like, incremented or whatever? Where is that incremented? Or is that not equals ID? Oh, that's an ID. But the thing is, see, it is coming up in button behavior, so that must be one of the things, though. I guess because it's doing item hoverable. Item hoverable. And that's adding the rectangle. Button behavior. Special mode for drag and drop, where holding button pressed for a long time while dragging another item triggers the button. Holding a button pressed for a long time while dragging another item triggers the button. Pressed on drag drop hold. As if that's one of the flags. Do we really set that flag? I don't think so. Aren't these the only flags we set? Four, 1, 3, 1. Well, that's nice. There's a lot more in the internal one. Wait, but drag drop active is false. So how? Oh, I'm misreading this. That's is item hovered. We're in item hoverable. Item hoverable. It's interesting that this is happening for lists specifically. So if we have a look at the content browser panel, it's also happening here. So it's happening. I guess it's a tree node thing, because this is like the only two places that I can think of. It's weird that I can't open that. But it's only happening here. So if we have a look at like this, for example. It's again happening in item hoverable. But here we're actually asking it directly. And we're using models tree node. And there's also this previous state. So it is definitely, it's to do with tree nodes. But, you know, beyond that, I don't know. No, I don't have any buttons in the row. There's just a... where is this thing? I mean, item hoverable just, I guess... it checks to see what, if the item... it can be hoverable, or if it's actually hovered over. I guess if it's hovered over. Why is it called hoverable? Because there's an is hovered. I don't know. And that we checked that to see if the item's clicked. So where does that come from? I'm assuming we check it in there. Button behavior. I don't know if there are any button behavior in the content browser. There were in the scene hierarchy panel, but in the content browser panel, I don't know if there are. The flags that I'm passing in are a little bit suspicious though, because remember I did, not that should really matter though, they're just flags, right? Unless the flags are wrong. Because remember I did just change that to this, because that used to not be a thing. So if we have a content browser panel, if we have a look at what it used to be, maybe that might help us. It's just hard to tell if it was something that it was probably something we were always doing wrong, but just never knew because there was no debugging. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so this just used to be item hoverable that, and then now it needs item flags. So I just set it to the last item data flags, but I don't know if that's correct because the last item might not be that. But either way, if we have a look, so that's is item clicked, right? Where's that used? Oh, that gets executed immediately. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I might end it here, and we might take a look at this tomorrow morning, actually. It's the next stream. I just realized, so I'm like, great. Gonna have to get back to this quickly. I guess that's good, though. I can maybe fix it up, because I'm getting really tired, and I think we've done enough today. We managed to update to a whole new 2.5 years future ImGui, port basically everything else back into Hazel, and it mostly works. So pretty impressive. So yeah, let's tomorrow morning, you can check the Twitch schedule probably around 10 a.m. my time, but check the schedule on my Twitch page to see when I will be live again. yeah, have a good night or day, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.